It's better than Ovaltine. Better than Ovaltine. It's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Caveman is just over the top. What in the world? But now with the milk, I was like, whoa, this has milk in it. Whoa. It tastes like good. Man, this tastes so good. Tastes like the best milkshake ever. It tastes like Ovaltine. It tastes like Ovaltine. It tastes like Ovaltine. Like good. It tastes like Ovaltine. It tastes like Ovaltine. It tastes like Ovaltine. Like good. Whoa.
This is I can say without a doubt, at least in my experience, that this is literally.
This is a super home run available at InfoWarsLife.com, and it supports the broadcast. All right, all the big news straight ahead. Thanks, Buckley.
Guys, you're looking for a good time. Guys, are you ready for some love? Guys, you're looking for a good time. Guys, are you ready for some love?
Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Goy Talk with Dino and Friends. I'm your host, Dino, and I'm here with a few of my friends. Sorry we are running late. Had some problems on my other Facebook account. They wouldn't allow me to live stream. They kept giving me an error, so I had to go create a new one real quick. And so now we're here. Hopefully this one will stick around long enough for this stream, a couple hours or so. But yeah, we're here anyway. For people tuning in right now, if you guys want to hit that like button, share the stream.
We're here.
I thought you guys were gonna.
Queer. Yeah.
I thought you guys were gonna start booing me when I did that shit.
Notice you just said don't gas that like button.
Yeah, my autism got triggered when you didn't say gas, and I was kind of in
Right.
there.
I think you're going to be what is it, the soft right or something?
Yeah, I'm getting a little
Soft right.
I'm getting soft. Yeah, so yeah, if you want to go and gas that like button and share the show, that'll help us out a lot. Should I tell them to share it in all the other groups like I did last time before we got shut down? All right.
I would recommend you not do that.
Right.
I need some Siege Force. Hey, we got someone. I'm over here simulcasting on YouTube as well. So someone on YouTube says they want some Siege Force. I actually got a promo. Should I run the promo right now to show people Siege Force?
Show.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right, I'll pull it up right now. Here we go. There you go, folks. That's our little promo made by Keckert for Siege Force, which is actually going to be coming soon. We memed the product into reality.
He's very talented.
I'm making it in my bathtub, folks. Don't worry. It's going to be all, sanitary. I got the FDA to come to my house and approve it as a lab. So it's all good.
And it's not meth. Wink.
No, it's not. It's not meth. It's not. See, I realize if you change one little component in the compound, it's technically not meth.
See?
You know?
Right.
So
It's like bath salt.
I just yes, exactly. I just added a little something extra to it, which would actually take it out of the schedule of controlled dangerous substances. So
Nice.
it's all going to be. It's all legal. It's all good for. It's good for you.
Speaking of that, man, I got to send you over the template so you can put that the graphic together for the can.
Oh yes.
Just make sure it's all CMYK, all that good stuff, man.
And very soon we're going to have a special formula coming out for the older, aging boomer population called Salty Uncle Pete's Boomer Blend. It's going to.
Hey, check to see if the stream on Facebook is still up.
It's still running over here for me.
Okay, because I just got a text. saying, Dino, get back on Facebook by clicking this link. So,
Oh,
yeah.
I'm on.
So,
I'm on right now. Let me see. Let me try refreshing. See if they already shut me down. Nope. Don't jinx it, man. Jeez. I think we got.
I'm letting you know.
I think we have like a 2-hour window to get this thing done.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I was just making sure.
Let me just say what's up to the people on Facebook. What's up, Mackenzie, Art, Tom? How y'all doing? Brandon, how you doing, man? Let me say what's up to the people on YouTube that are watching. We got DJ PH, Backstreet Goy too. Man, yeah, we got about 8 people watching over there. I actually got to share the link. Give me a second, folks. Jeepa, I know you had a topic that you wanted to discuss. We're kind of shooting from the hip tonight, but we were talking before we went live about a certain topic. So you want to get into that, Jeepa? Let the people know.
Yeah, sure.
Arnell, excuse me, Arnell.
Right. So, I was perusing the interwebs after I went to the gym, and I saw a nice little white pill. The House Republicans have found their ball sacks that they've been sitting on and hiding from the Jews, and they have finally decided to start introducing articles of impeachment against the Rosenstein with echoes. As we all know, this Rosenstein character has been a gatekeeper to the Justice Department. Basically, he's been withholding documents and impeding Congress from doing inquiries into the abuse of the Surveillance Act and FISA. All of these other bullshit investigations. They want more information, unedited documents, and he has been there always blocking the path and saying no, getting all this redacted bullshit. And they said, we want the original documents. And he would always say, oh, well, him ha. And now they say, fuck you, give us everything or else. And he said, no. So they said, you're impeached, asshole. So,
yes.
Based.
So hopefully, before they leave for, recess or whatever, so they can play, they can actually get this ball rolling.
You think anything's actually going to come of it?
Well, I think it might get the green light to the president to actually just fucking fire him. Especially if it passes the House, which I think it would. Then it would probably give him enough leverage to say this is what the American people want. And that way he can skip the 2/3 majority needed from the Senate, which I don't think he will get that, because Senator Feinstein has already tweeted a rebuttal against this decision. And I'm sure other swamp-creating Democrats and other fucking bullshit rhinos are going to fall in line behind her and say, oh, we don't want this. So she tweets as, quote, there are no grounds for House Republicans to impeach Rod Rosenstein, trying to remove him or failing to disclose sources, methods, and evidence from criminal investigations is beyond the pale. This is a partisan nonsense. It's dangerous, and the rule of law needs to stop.
What was that last bit? What was that last one?
It's dangerous for the rule of law, and it needs to stop.
Yes, the rule of law. Yeah, that's what they care about.
Right.
The rule of law. That's their utmost concern, is to uphold the law that they break on a daily basis. It's just fucking unbelievable. When are we gonna fucking kill these people? I'm not saying we should.
No.
I'm not saying we should. I'm asking a question.
Minecraft.
When are we going?
Yeah, at least say something about treason or something like that.
Well, I'm just going to say, when the fuck are we going to realize that there's no political solution to this? There's never
That's a better way of phrasing it.
There's never been a political solution to anything. Anything. I mean, what the fuck are we doing? It's like we're all just deluded, We're all just fooling ourselves. And all these what if the guy does get impeached? Well, what's that going to mean? Some asshole is just going to take his place and do the same bullshit.
Oh, you're sounding like a negative Nancy.
Well, I mean, in terms of my confidence in the system and the people that are chosen to be involved in it, yeah, I mean, I have no faith in them. I have no faith in anybody that would be considered for a position that Rod Rosenstein is occupying. It's absurd.
You have a right to think that, Paddocksburg. But listen, there is a chance, however small one, that we get a good boy in there, right? And he does the right thing. And he exposes all the bullshit that has been going on behind the scenes. He supplies what the Republicans in the House is wanting to have come forward. And then maybe we can actually see this fucking swamp monster from the feet down and up.
Well, percentage-wise, what would you estimate that chance being?
20%.
Yeah. It's quite generous, actually.
Thank you. Peter, Jerry Nadler of Democrat out of New York. He's a representative. And Maryland Democrat Representative Elijah Cummings also issued a joint statement calling for the impeachment articles they are futile. They are a direct attack on the special counsel's investigation. Maryland Democrat Representative Elijah.
Yeah, what do you think of people what do you think? I think it's quite disconcerting and discouraging to know that certain Republicans, prominent Republicans, don't actually support the impeachment proceedings, like Trey Gowdy and Paul Ryan.
They need to eat the rope.
Yeah, I agree.
Totally agree.
But I mean, wouldn't that give you the impression that this is just not going to go anywhere? If those guys if Trey Gowdy in particular isn't on board with the idea, I mean, what does that say?
I think this will expose the fucking true pieces of shit that inhabit the House, and the ones that are all talk now that they have the power. It's all one thing to put up a show like Trey Gowdy. He's this big rough and tumble, let's get to the bottom of it. But when you actually have everybody there with the power to uncover something, Trey Gowdy is nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, he's all talk, man. He's all talk. It's all a show. What does he ever follow through with?
Kim, like Senator John McCain, he's another piece of shit, right? He's always been talking about how we need to secure the border and all this other bullshit.
Yeah, not to interrupt you, G-Paw. Excuse me for 1 second. What a fucking slow tumor. Am I lying?
Yeah, how the hell does he not... How the hell... I've never known anybody to have brain cancer and live this long at that age.
Anyway, sorry, G-Paw. Go ahead, buddy.
Oh, right. I was just saying that he's all talk. And when the gun is actually in his hands and it's loaded, he refuses to use it. And it's like a lot of these people, they just talk. They talk like, "Oh, if I had a gun, I would shoot it. I would shoot him in the head." And then you hand him the gun, and then he goes, "Just kidding." And
then he shoots you in the head. Then he shoots you in the head.
Yeah,
right. Exactly.
Pretty much
all bullshit. So this will, trim the fat, so they say.
Yeah, let's hope.
I certainly hope so.
Yeah. The cream will rise to the top.
Yeah, you're feeling pretty optimistic, G-Paw, huh?
Yeah, I know.
Well,
very optimistic.
You have to. Otherwise, you'll be siege posting all the time. And
nothing wrong with that.
You'll be worried.
McVeigh posting. And that just gets tiring. I would like to see a peaceful solution, but perhaps that is a pipe dream.
Garrett, when has there been a peaceful solution to
Who
any
is this
serious crisis?
asshole? What?
When has there ever been a peaceful solution to anything of import?
Well,
You're gonna be thinking
violence
for
is
a while.
always a very efficient way of getting what you want, right? But I would say
It's not about getting what you want, though. It's about getting what is just.
we
That's
have
right.
to exhaust all other solutions, or we will be the ones that have acted rashly, and we must have all the other people not turn against us. Now, say we have all these sheep, right? We want them to remain sheep. We don't want to weaponize the sheep against us, right? We want them to remain docile little creatures that just look the other way.
But I think there's a certain. I think there's most people are going to be like that, regardless of the circumstance. There are always going to be people in the center that don't want to do anything, that can't bring themselves to do anything, or even be cognizant of what's going on. They only care about their own well-being and their own comfort and their own security. They don't care about the political situation. They care about what can I get from me in order to make myself and my family secure. And how many fucking TVs can I get? How can I put a TV in every room in my house? That kind of shit. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. They don't care about their race.
That is a worthy thing to shoot for, because you have to have the YouTube in every room just to get your indoctrination. But yes, I would agree with you that materialism is putting others to sleep. The Nogball and whatnot is causing everybody to look the other way. The bread and circuses of the ancient Rome is now today with the Nogball and the Xbox and the other vices. It just puts the sheep to sleep, so they say. But I think if we act too rashly and we start doing siege for real, you will see the sheep coalesce into like some badass sheep that would actually turn against us, possibly.
Oh,
and
maybe, yeah.
And that was
You gotta wait for the right time. I mean, there's going to be an opportune time for, whatever we need to do to be done. But we're not going to. We have to just understand that we're only going to get a certain amount of people. We don't need the majority. We don't need even half. We don't even need 25%, if you ask me. We don't even need 20%, I don't think. I think we just need a very mobilized, radical minority of people to make certain sacrifices in their lives. And certain.
But first, we must minimize resistance, right?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. That's the whole thing. We need to get as many people as we can, and by any means, and by different approaches, of course. And I think we're doing that, especially online with our propaganda. Everybody's got their own approach, and it's all unique. And there's varying degrees of it. Varying degrees of extremity that can lure people more in the direction of our way of thinking, I suppose. But we gotta realize, we're only gonna get one shot at this, like the whole siege. We're only gonna get one chance to see. Yeah, exactly. We're only gonna get one chance to really siege it out, and if it fucking fails, it'll be a very, very long time until our people are able to regroup, right? And kind of get things together again.
I'm telling you that if you want your siege to be effective, you must let the sheep feel the wrath of the left. They must feel that we are the right choice. Or
oh my God,
we are the.
But we also have to have a show of strength and authority in terms of what we're conveying, and the sheep will follow whoever has the most consistent and
the most power.
Let's see. We got Ricky on YouTube saying the Arnold dude doesn't know what he's talking about.
Oh,
I think he does.
Well,
what's your?
I'm sure you're very proud of yourself, Mr. YouTube guy.
But
anyhow,
But there is something. I mean, this there's an aspect of this that was covered in the Turner Diaries, and I think Pierce did it very well. He talked about how the people they hated what the organization was doing because it was causing the state to kind of clamp down on everyone else. And you had like these Republicans, for the most part, conservatives saying, if you would just not, blow stuff up and shit like that, we might be able to go along to get along better. And sadly, that's really the way most people are.
And that's been the line on the right, even the, quote unquote, traditional, quote unquote, revolutionary conservative movement. It's like it's really just towing the line with different talk, talk that's more pointed at a certain fringe within that movement.
I think,
a lot of the talk only dilutes people into thinking that there's some way to actually manipulate the system in a timely manner to avert what crisis is coming at the hands of our current system,
Yeah, I
think that's scary. That's terrifying. That's the thing that's terrifying to me.
Yeah.
Is how deluded people can get and how convinced they can get that there is a political or diplomatic solution to anything.
I think they just convince themselves because no one wants to entertain the idea of what it what it most likely, will have to come down to.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a scary idea,
Yeah, well, it's a scary idea for a lot of people because they don't, it's the whole thing. It's like getting people in touch with, feeling a sense of pride in who they are and knowing their own people's revolutionary history is like a big part of it.
Yeah.
And how that's tied into who they are and what they are. And it's like when you uncover that, it brings something out in you as a person that you feel connected to something that's like bigger than yourself that's been going on for, generations and hundreds and thousands of years, and that gives you the sense of like, oh well, you get to have a little bit of immortality in a way if you actually throw yourselves into a movement that is pointed at preserving your race.
Yeah, no, that's one of the things that was that really surprised me, how much it really fucking hit me to my core. Going from basic bitch and cap libertarian, I'm getting red pilled and realizing I have a people. You know what I mean?
Same here, man. Exactly the same.
Like it fucking hits you in the soul, man. Like I never felt like, like I had it's a lame thing to say, kind of cliche, but like I had a purpose before.
Oh, you faggot.
I know.
Well, and it's like talk, and then when you get into that mode, like you get to where we are now, and you look back and you're like, wow, I was a faggot for not talking about, or just like thinking about like what I'm thinking about right now. It's like, and you start talking about things that the former you would see as radical and misanthropic and kind of crazy and vile, and you start thinking of these methods and these approaches as totally reasonable and sound.
Yeah.
Well, I am in complete agreement with you, Paddixberg, but listen. All right. I think that the violent revolution will happen, and I am just saying that we must try the peaceful resolution first, and I'm under no illusion that it's going to work.
I think you guys are both right. Yeah, I mean, it's right that that a lot of what we talk about, a lot of waking up the masses, red pilling people, changing, shifting the fucking Overton window to the right. A lot of it might be too late, and it might be that we really don't have the options that we think we do. But G-Paw is right. You have to act on all fronts, and you can't say, well, I'm not going to do this because it's a waste of time. You have to do everything.
You got to put all your fucking lures out there.
Yeah.
All the hooks in the river as
possible. Even if you know in your heart it's a waste of time, you do it anyway in the hope that you're wrong.
Yeah.
No.
And I don't think a lot of it. I don't think like propaganda is a waste of time and spreading it. Memes are the most potent propaganda tool in the world right now, I think, in terms of the political movement on the right. There's nothing more powerful.
What we must expose, I'm sorry, can I interject?
Certainly.
All right. So, what we must basically rip the Band-Aid off and expose is we must show that those that are trying to make peaceful resolution or revolution impossible, that they are the ones that are making violent revolution inevitable, just like JFK quoted, right? So I'm saying we must show them that we've tried everything, and that is the only alternative, because that, I believe, like you, that is the only alternative. But we must show everyone we've tried it the right way, and it was impossible, and it was shot down, right? Therefore,
I don't
we
think
have no
we're.
choice.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and I think we should absolutely try. But we're never going to be able to qualify that to the people that are trying to destroy us.
Well,
And
I'm
we're
sorry,
never.
those
And I don't think
people
we're ever
don't
going to be
matter.
able to qualify that to the lemmings, because
Yeah.
either they're too apathetic or they're too bought and sold by the brainwashing propaganda machine that they don't even know how deep they're in to being brainwashed. They
Yeah.
just accept things as a reality. Do you know how deep? I mean, you understand how deeply Marxism, the philosophy of Marx, has gotten into the brains of almost every individual in the West. It's
Sure.
incredible. You have people like Jordan Peterson, who profess to be anti-postmodernists, who are fucking ultra-egalitarians. They have Marxist ideas. They wouldn't have these ideas if not for the infiltration.
I believe
of
we
this
should bring,
philosophy into our society.
I think we should, to be fair, we should bring on Dr. Peterson so he can defend his positions.
Well, I happen to be here, by the way.
Hello,
Oh
Doctor.
my God.
Yes.
Oh,
By the way, I bought one of your rugs. Good stuff.
Oh yes.
How much did you shell out?
I'm not going to tell you that. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, some people have been complaining that the rugs are perhaps a little bit pricey. I don't think so. They're a work of passion.
Are you selling that Lenin painting on your wall? Is that for sale?
Absolutely not.
All right.
Is
How
that
much
like
you
a irony thing
I'll just have to seize it.
on your wall?
Yeah.
What are you?
Yeah, Dr.
The hipster.
Peterson's, he's Nazball. You know that?
I didn't know.
Oh.
I have a nice statuesque bust of Martin Luther King right here on my mantle. Thank you very much.
So, Dr. Peterson, I saw a picture where you had a very messy room. Is that Photoshop?
I can't confirm just based on your comments there. You might have to email me the photo, and then I could perhaps get back to you and let you know of the authenticity of this photo of yours.
Someone in the chat is referring to you as Juden Peterstein.
Mr. Peterson, I'd like to ask you a question that I often ask people on the quote unquote anti-postmodernist, anti-Marxist side of things when it comes to classical liberals like yourself. How exactly do your views on race and tribal society differ from that of Marx?
Okay, give me a moment here to kind of compose my thoughts.
Here it comes. Get
I know
ready.
you're a very thoughtful man. You thought this out, and you're so vehemently anti-Marxist, but you seem to possess some of his ideas like to a T, like in a very pronounced way.
He's going to give you a 5-word reply.
Boy,
He's gonna pace around for about a minute, and then he's just gonna say, "I just can't."
is your hand on the bottom on your chin right now?
Okay. I got it. Okay, here we go. Let's. All right. I would say my personal beliefs differ from Marx in the fact that his ideal was a global workers' revolution, and that's not what I'm about at all. That's collectivism. I am about the individual. Like you said, I'm a classical liberal. I mean, I believe in individual choice and freedom, and I don't see the connection between myself and Marx. Maybe you're trying to impose some kind of egalitarianism that
Mr.
I
Peterson,
have.
do you think there's any differences between the races, fundamentally and biologically?
Are you
Do you think do you think these differences are irreconcilable if they do exist?
I think he shorted out.
Oh, no.
He short, yeah, he
Do
short
you
circuited.
like individual Marxism?
Do you have to go wash your penis now?
No, I'm washing it as we speak.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah. When I get home, I have a nice diaper full of palm olive, and I just soak. Um,
I feel that they would cause your skin to fall off.
That would be really
only the first
painful
couple
after a
of
point.
weeks, and then you get rid of that dead layer, and you're more exfoliated. It's you get a little tender, but you deal with it.
I imagine you have like a red rocket, like a dog.
Yeah. Well,
After
hey,
you
I
do
guess
that for a
I wouldn't
while.
be I wouldn't be using it that much if I had that dyke wife of yours.
I resent those comments. I don't think that was appropriate at all.
Are you married?
Yes.
I'm
He's married
Googling.
to a woman that looks like she would be a really big Indigo Girls fan,
Oh,
like a real
lesbian.
like a repeat attendee at Lilith Fair, you know.
Does she
that
look
kind of
like
girl.
a 1980s gym teacher?
These are
little
the exact kind of comments I would expect from a bunch of collectivist Nazis such as yourselves.
Well, you didn't really answer my question, Mr. Peasy.
I'm sorry, I was cut off. Would you repeat the question? I'm afraid I'm kind of lost in my own thoughts here. I think very deeply,
Do you think there are fundamental and possibly irreconcilable differences between the races?
Well, I would say that no.
Now, why would you say that?
Good
I've never seen the scientific proof or any kind of documentation that would lead me to believe otherwise.
Well, you're a psychologist now.
Yeah.
You've had many patients, I'm sure. Have you had any non-white patients or non-Jewish patients?
Not if I can help it. Well, absolutely.
Really? How many?
Couple.
Yeah. How many patients have you had in total? Thousands?
12.
No. Do you think that if there's maybe physical differences in the bodily makeup of different races, which is true, biologists will confirm this. There's absolutely no debate about this. Would it be a stretch to assume that there are also psychological differences?
Hey, this is all a very misleading line of questioning, and it's because what you're ultimately trying to get at is that there's some difference in the races, and therefore we should treat the races differently. And this is absolute poppycock. Poppycock. Yes.
Well, how about a totally different question? What do you think about the Jews and their ultra-tribalism? I mean, you condemn tribalism at every turn. I mean, you think it's the most malignant form of thinking and the worst way to structure society. Why no criticism at all about the Jewish people and the fact that they are the most tribal people outside of African Bushmen?
Easy there, Bucko. And if we're going to have a discussion about people and their actions, down to where it really exists, and that's on the individual level. This collectivism talk, I just don't jive with. Okay.
Well, if you don't like collectivism, then why wouldn't you criticize the most highly collected, tribally, speaking, organized group of people on the earth, who just actually passed a law? I don't know if you're aware of this. They did pass a law proclaiming that Israel is, in fact, according to their bill that they just passed, a Jewish ethno-state. Do you think that's a little exclusive?
Well, I don't talk about it because I'll get fired, obviously.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Gee, well, you could have just said that.
Wow, it's very truthful.
Finally,
Well,
You got that-
finally
I know
an
you got
honest
your-
answer.
I know you got those
but at the
Patreon
same
shekels
time,
that
I
you
don't
rely on.
look. There's a lot of jealousy that gets thrown around about these quote unquote Jews, and I don't think that it's warranted, for one. And two, I think it's very short-sighted. It's thinking in terms of collectivism instead of individualism, which I'm sure you've all read Locke. We can agree
Yes,
is very important.
Yeah, I have read Locke.
Have I reminded everyone to wash their dicks yet? I just want to make sure I get that out there.
Only twice.
Okay. All right. I got another one coming up in about 2 or 3 minutes. So go on.
Just set your timer and make sure you don't forget.
It's very important.
Well, I have a personal question to ask you. You're doing a big speaking tour right now. You must be raking in about 50 to 100K per show. You're doing these big venues. Why the need to keep a Patreon account to siphon more money off of the people that are your fans who have already probably bought your book and probably come to your show?
Well, I think you just answered your own question
Also,
there.
you're a college professor with tenure. You
Yes.
get paid a reasonably large salary just because of that. Why the need? Do you need like a new addition on your house or something really bad?
I'm an individualist, and there's nothing wrong with, with individual pursuits of wealth. I don't understand this. You're accusing me of perhaps fleecing the people. Well, these are voluntary transactions.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my fault. Maybe one of these old ladies, sends me more money than she should. She's an individual too. That's a choice she made.
Mm-hmm. Also, yeah, and going back to the issue of tribalism, do you think when we have people in our culture that proclaim to be anti-Marxist, anti-communist, anti-postmodernists, who are also preaching against group identity and tribalism, while other groups are actually exercising that to the utmost, to the extreme, to their advantage, do you think the people that are being brainwashed into thinking that this is somehow an immoral way of going about structuring a society or being a cohesive people, do you think they would be at a disadvantage in listening to people like you?
I don't believe so. I mean, the new world that's unfolding before us, it's a world of individualism and meritocracy. I mean, these old ideas of nationalism and racial heritage, as if they're important things or traditions that should be preserved. Well, that's just old hat. I'm sorry.
Wow, that's a very that's a very interesting thing to say, coming from somebody who's studied history and
Well, I am a
the
doctor.
history of different people. But you don't think that that would lead inevitably to one group using their tribalism and their cohesive in-group preference to basically be so strong as a unit
All
to
right.
propagandize against every other group that is not them, that isn't ethnically them? Would they not come out on top in the end?
All right, the timer went off. I want to remind everyone to wash their dicks. Please. It's very important.
Thank you. I almost forgot.
How many minutes have to go by before you have to say that?
Well, I don't have to, but I do it because, as an individualist, I care about individuals. I want to make sure that their hygiene is up to par. I mean, I am a doctor, and I did take the Hippocratic Oath, and it's the least I could do.
What is the importance of penis washing and to you? Why is it so important to the individual?
Oh shit.
Well, it's a spiritual thing. I mean, really. I mean, once you get down there, deep into the tank, you're just scrubbing away. It's how you avoid finding yourself in the belly of the beast, which is collectivism, by the way. Once you don't know your true self until you stand there in the mirror naked with a clean dick before you. I mean,
Is that what you call when you clean it? Is that what you call fighting the dragon?
Are you not supposed to? Are you not supposed to wash your balls because they're collectivists?
The balls. Thank you.
There's two of them together, right?
Yes.
Well, it is somewhat representational, almost anthropomorphic, but you should not. They're your balls. They need a good scrubbing too.
All right.
So you do believe in groups.
Only when it comes to balls and kidneys.
Well, I think we've
yeah,
explored that topic.
Yeah, I think we've. I've had enough of Dr. Peterson.
Yeah, Jordan Peterson, get the fuck out of here.
I've had my fill. Get
Thank
the
you,
fuck
thank you,
out of here.
Mr.
Go.
Peterson. I appreciate that.
I just saw a picture of your hideous wife too. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You can't,
right.
you can't send him away and then resurrect him. He's gone. So
All right, good.
You don't send him away. You don't send him away. You banish
He
him.
can defend himself.
no, he doesn't. I don't know. He's mumbling in the corner. Let's move on.
Yes. Well, oh yeah. I would like to give people a heads up that we'll be publishing an article tomorrow. It was a collaborative effort between myself and Mr. Spumoni. It's a fantasy. It's a fashy fantasy fan fiction, I would call it, and it is in regards to a hypothetical press conference that Trump holds endorsing James Mason's fine book Siege. I'd like to read
great.
a little bit of it if you like. And
Right.
Dino, I'm gonna need your help with the next paragraph. I'm gonna just read two little samples out of it.
Hey, hold
Here's
on.
the
Let
intro.
me 1 second, man. Let me get this pulled up.
Okay.
One
yeah,
second.
pull that up.
One
Well, pull
second.
it up. I'll read the intro because it doesn't have any quotes in it. I'll let you read the narrative text of the next paragraph. So,
All right, I gotta pull it up. Give me 1 minute.
all right,
Give me 1 minute, please.
sure.
I think this is a perfect opportunity. I think this is a perfect
Well, I'm gonna-
opportunity for me to sit there and show another promo, the same promo.
Oh, great. Well, there's two promos. Did you get the other video that Kicker made?
Yeah, matter of fact, here. Let me
Yeah,
pull.
put that up.
Let me pull the second one up. Okay.
He's got the energy drink one and
Yep.
the energy shot one. Yeah.
Yep. All right. So let me pull up. Okay. So the first one was our energy drink, and this is an energy shot, Siege Force XL. Let me see. Where is it?
How many ounces is the energy drink?
8.4.
Oh, so like a Red Bull
I was
can.
hoping it was going to be 8.8. I don't know if we
No,
can get this.
it's 88 milligrams of caffeine.
Oh, nice.
Let me pull up this.
Just
Let me pull up the
right.
Siege Force shots. Here we go. I think this is it right here. It's like some InfoWars shit.
Yeah. Ride the lightning with Siege Force.
Oh man. Yeah, I
The
figured
light-
that. Like, I'm gonna send you over the template for that, so you can put that together. Maybe we can place that order next week.
Wonderful, wonderful.
And by the way, riding the lightning is like a euphemism for getting the death penalty and being killed by the electric chair, which will
Yes.
happen if you take too much Siege Force. I just
Yeah.
want to warn everyone.
Yeah, just
Yes.
one sip. One sip is all you need. One sip is guaranteed 72 hours of energy.
Yeah, this shit is strong.
Very strong.
So I was thinking that we could surpass the FDA approval process if we just called it like window cleaner,
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
not to be consumed. Wink, wink.
Just call it bath salts.
with a wink, with a little winky eye emoticon.
Oh, don't summon him. I don't know if I'm ready for that.
Let me
The-
pull-
Yeah,
Oh,
we-
winky finky. Oh, oh, you better get that. You better pull that pick up.
So you put some aviators on Finky there, and he would look like Kaczynski.
All right, I've got the article, a preview for the article that we're going to be
All
posting
right.
tomorrow.
Well, I wanted to read the first segment, and I need your help, Dino, with the next one. I want you to read the one that this little segment that we talk about his little Jared Kushner.
Oh, you
which
want to give
is,
away the ending? Nah, I don't want to give away the ending.
No, that's not the end. That's not the ending. That's not the ending. Remember, there's a different. That's not. the
Yeah,
ending.
that's right
just-
before the ending.
That
That's right before it. Yeah, that's right.
that's close, but what I want to do that because it's got a little. Well, let me see. How about the one before that? Let's do the one before that together. I'm just going to read the intro. We'll read the one about where the picture of him actually Ann Kushner is. You know, the one next to that to the left.
Okay.
All right. So I'll read the intro, and then you could read the narrative part, and I'll do the quotes from the next one. So as the clock struck midnight on Wednesday, President Trump rousted journalists for an impromptu press conference at the White House. The shocked members of the White House press corps were silently awaiting Trump's arrival to the podium. They were all looking at each other with bewilderment, wondering why they had been called to the conference at such a late hour. Moments later, reporters were jolted by the sound of Motley Crue's cover of Helter Skelter blaring at max volume through gigantic speakers, positioned in all four corners of the room. Fog machines began filling the air with smoke as strobe lights were flashing and causing members of the press to become visibly disoriented. Kurt Eichenwald, who only attended in order to purchase a 16-gigabyte flash drive of rare hentai pics from Jake Tapper, immediately collapsed and began convulsing in a violent grand mal seizure fit. Members of the press quickly averted their attention from the foaming-at-the-mouth weebo pervert to President Trump as he kicked in the door with such a force that it completely came off the hinges and flew across the room, taking out both Andrea Mitchell and the freakish half-simian David Gregory. Trump's WWE-style entrance lasted for 45 seconds as he slowly strolled up to the microphone with a sinister, knowing grin on his face. All right, you want to go start reading the next one, Dino? I'll do the quotes.
Okay. As the press corps stood frozen with fear.
Oh, no.
This one.
President Trump
Which
went
one?
on to speak.
Okay.
President Trump went on
all
to
right.
speak that one. Yeah.
All right, I got it. Okay, so President Trump went on to speak in the rambling 45-minute address about his love for the recently deceased Charles Manson.
You know, I always admired Charlie. He was the guy that really put an end to that whole nasty hippie thing. But now I've really gained a whole new respect for the guy.
I was laughing. Trump then made his signature okay hand gesture and added,
Listen, I'm a great negotiator. Everybody knows that. I built an incredible real estate empire with my negotiation skills. But there will be zero negotiations going forward when it comes to restoring the universal order. And Jews, this goes especially for you. You are in huge trouble. I mean, big league trouble. There will be no shelter from the coming helter skelter, folks.
Trump then declared an immediate end to the federal EBT food stamp program. He said,
I know all the niggers will totally lose their shit almost immediately because of this, which is why I'm giving every white American a fully automatic military-grade assault rifle. Let's get this race war on the road, people. So there's a little sample of the article that's going to come out tomorrow, sometime in the early afternoon or morning.
Oh, man. Yeah,
I hope you guys enjoy it. We hope to do more comedic content like this to go with our, serious stuff.
Gotta shake things up a bit. I
It
love
was
it.
PZ's already done a few really funny articles, by the way. PZ's writing is hilarious. He really has a nice balance of humor and sincerity in his articles. And go check out the what did you write? Like 3 or 4 at this point, PZ?
Yeah, I got a
Something
few
like that?
funny ones up there. But
Yeah.
I also have one that should be coming out either tomorrow or maybe the next day. It usually takes me a couple days to finish because I don't have much time once I get going. But yeah, I can't wait to hear this article you guys got, or read this article that you guys got coming out.
No, it's great, man.
Oh, yeah.
The part, the Kushner part, and then the end is good stuff, man. Wait, you gotta wait till you see the
Yeah,
pictures. I spent like an
And
hour
the
and a half
images,
putting them all together.
the images Dino, the images Dino made are like top quality, and there's some of them. I'm looking at them right now. It's so fucking funny, man. He did such a good job with these.
Thank you, man. Yeah, it was
I don't
team.
even want to spoil them.
It was teamwork. Yeah, you guys will see it tomorrow. We'll have it up. I'll probably put it up there around like 11 o'clock in the morning. So, and I'll be shilling it everywhere, spamming everybody
Yes.
with it. Read our
And
article.
if I can give just one more Trump quote randomly from the article. Initially, I was like, "Whoa!" First of all, okay, wait, sorry. For months now, for months now, I've been receiving these weird messages every day on Twitter from the accounts of people who have all these kind of like scary skeleton masks calling me a giant faggot and telling me to read this book. Initially, I was like, well, first of all, I'm all man. Just ask Melania. She'll tell you. And secondly, this is a little strange, okay? But then I said to myself, hey, what do I have to lose? A little sample.
Yeah, no more samples. No more samples. The full article will be up tomorrow. We'll put it up
is
there.
like oddly accurate.
Oh man, no, it was fun putting that thing together, man. Like good teamwork there, Paddock Berg.
I'm the best
It was a
reader.
lot of fun.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do. We'll have to do some more. We'll have to do some more, man. And so far, we've got 2. I did the one last week with Mark Zuckerberg openly admitting the Holocaust never happened, and that one got some good traction. And so I'm over here. I might as well shill the site while I'm on here. So go
I was also G-Paw's new articles too.
Yeah, I was about to shill for him. So we're on goytalk.com. If you haven't visited us yet, make sure to check us out on goytalk.com. So we got a couple new articles up here from Arnell, aka G-Paw, and here's a couple right now. We got one posted in Siege Survivalism: 3 firearms every white man should own. And then welcome to Liftwaffe. So that's a good one too.
Yeah, the
that's
Liftwaffe. Check out the
that's a really good
Liftwaffe
one.
is really great. Very, very comprehensive piece regarding nutrition and weightlifting that I'm actually starting to take a lot of cues from in my life and trying to get on a regimen myself. Really, 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 well researched and a whole lot of good links and supplementary info in there towards the end as well. But yeah, really good job, Garrett, at putting all that stuff together.
So I would like to add to the Liftwaffe just a few things, and perhaps I should maybe add it to the story later. But a kind of semi-humorous thing happened. One of our guests, maybe I should leave him anonymous. I suggested to him because he's one of those hard gainers, kind of skinny man. And I said that, try some olive oil to get some of the fat content up in your diet, because we as Americans, I think, for the most part, don't eat enough fat in our diet, which has kind of been brainwashed that fat consumption is bad for you. This is not the case. It is, everything is now fat-free, right? So they replace it with simple sugars and high fructose corn syrup and all this other bullshit.
Yeah, which are bad for you.
Yeah, simple
Right.
carbs.
It's like the worst kind of shit you can put in your body. And so one way you can supplement is, olive oil. I don't suggest just picking up a bottle like our friend did and just start drinking it like it's a fucking 40. So, because you will be shitting your brains out. So,
Which he did, right? He did shit his brains out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he wasn't very happy. So if you do the supplements with the oil, see if you're sensitive to it, and maybe start with half a tablespoon and see how that works for you, and then work up to maybe 1 tablespoon for a while, and then you can get up until like 2 tablespoons. I don't recommend more than that in one setting.
Unless you're like a real greasy dago like our host, and then you could probably take like 5 shots,
Right.
and it'll be enough.
But you can also add it to your food, say like basmati rice or something like that, brown rice. You can maybe saute some garlic in the oil and pour it over your rice or your meats, whatever, and that will add to your fat content. And I think if you are not eating any fats and you don't have much fats in your diet, and you're a hard gainer, try some fats. It might make a difference. It did for me, and I'm seeing some results because of my increased fat intake.
Yeah.
So these are like, good fats, polysaturated, and high in omega-3s and all that good shit. So it's actually good for you.
No, yeah, no, that's a good point. I've heard this before that like the food pyramid that we were all given as kids, is actually like inverted, and
Oh
that
yeah.
and that fats are actually really good for you. Like this whole thing about carbohydrates and us eating grain, this is like a very recent thing for our species. For the most part, we were like hunting down animals and chasing them until their fucking heart exploded, and then just
Yeah.
eating meat. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Meat
like,
and
Meat
a
and the
lot of
fat.
fucking and a lot of nuts, which have a lot of great fat in them too. Walnuts, almonds,
Sure.
fucking great for you.
So, yeah, it's kind of curious that society is what it is today because of the farming.
We live in one.
Oh, somebody's society posted.
Yeah.
No,
It is
I mean,
Arnell.
civilizations
I think
wouldn't exist without farming, right?
Mm.
It added us to actually specialize in different things because we didn't have to have everyone, part of a hunting gathering tribe anymore. And then we could actually specialize and, have blacksmiths and scientists and whatnot. But also, when we did this thing, we sustained mainly on grains. And I changed our entire diet. We weren't really meant to just chew on fucking grains and bread all day,
yeah,
you know?
like
So,
like you look at every animal that like eats, vegetables for the most part. They all have got like five stomachs. Like you look at like a cow and shit. Like we really weren't meant to just like eat this as like our primary food. I don't believe that.
right. But, I don't want to get too artistic about it.
Too late.
But, but there would be a one disclaimer. Take it easy if you're starting.
Now I
Take it
believe
easy if you're lifting. Just, when you start, don't go all out. Don't try to, impress anyone. Get your form down. And I know in my workout plan, I said 5 sets of 5. But if you're just starting out, maybe try a higher rep range with lighter weights. Maybe 4 sets of 8 to 10. And then after a while, you can try 5 sets of 5. Now, remember, when you're going to be lifting heavy, your joints and your tendons can only take it for so long. And then you'll probably want to switch back into the higher rep range with lighter weights. This will
Yes.
allow your joints and your tendons to rebuild. That's also very important.
And
I
like you
should-
said in the article, always take it slow, right? You get more out of every rep if you take it slow.
Right. Most of your muscle damage is done on the negative rep. So that's what I did today. I did some bicep exercises. Um, One thing, if you're getting bored with your workout, try some negatives. It's very good at stimulating new muscle growth if you're at a plateau. So the idea behind the negative is to use weight that is damn near impossible for you to do a rep with. So it would be like 20% more than what you would max. And you're cheating to get that, swinging your body to get it at the top or something like that. Having a friend bring it up or trying a machine, use both arms. And then when you do your negative, you switch to one arm. And then you can have that stress going down slowly with one arm. So there's different things that can get you past a frustrating plateau.
now
To
Arnell.
shock
Arnell, do you
back
count
and forth.
running from the police as cardio?
Right. Well,
I didn't see that in
running
the
from
article.
well, yeah, that is
Now,
that is true.
also running from the police and also raping white women, is that also included as cardio?
It's great cardio, but you might have, some extra holes that you didn't have before when the police catch up to you and you think, oh, I didn't do nothing. But, if you try to resist the police, you might get the workout by, fighting the police officer, but then his friends will come. And if you resist too much, you're going to, you'll be recovering for much too long in the hospital, perhaps the morgue, and then you will not be gaining anymore,
Yes.
right? So be smart, follow the laws, and don't rape. And, cardio is once you have attained your weight that you are desiring, you can start cardio.
Now, when will you be sharing your recipe for the Flaming Hot Cheeto protein shake?
Oh, well, that's going to be behind the paywall.
Nice.
We're actually making, that's funny you mentioned that. We're actually making a Flaming Hot Siege Force for the black community. They're going to be just exclusively sold in dollar stores. And it'll be available in Family Dollar exclusively. And then, of course, it'll be exclusively flavored in grape.
Yeah, grape and honey bun flavor.
Yes, but it comes with Flaming Hot Cheetos you can dip them in. A little packet of Flaming Hot Cheetos that you can actually dip in the Siege Force.
That
Damn.
Siege Force dip, yo.
I'd like to thank I'd like to thank the Frito-Lay company for
Oh yeah.
co-sponsoring our
don't forget.
new promotion.
Don't forget
How
they
about
are
Siege
paying
rock
us.
candy?
Oh, Siege candy, yes, Siege candy. We're actually coming out with the Siege powder. it's really good stuff.
Hey, you snorted.
Right. You put it in a little what would you call those? Aromatherapy pipes.
Yeah.
We've been tossing around the idea of maybe coming out with some breakfast bars or a cereal. Maybe call it CGs, and have a little.
Eat your CGs, and the cover of the box will be a man disemboweling a Jew with a shotgun.
Well, it'll be different every month. I think we'll have a little Timothy McVeigh up there or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, our new yeah, like the athletes.
Yeah.
Kaczynski would be one, of course.
Each of the in the little cereal pieces are actually shaped like mailboxes.
That reminds me, man.
Exploding with flavor.
That
Exploding. That's so great.
Exploding with flavor.
I think that'll be good. I think that'll be good for the Siege Pop Rocks. They're in the shape of mailboxes. I think that'll be good. Exploding your mouth. But speaking of the
Siege,
mailman,
we're gonna have Siege and the Wheaties, we'll have like a marshmallow version, like like Lucky Charms. It'd be like it'd be like that, except the marshmallows would be like they won't just be mailboxes. They'll be like
all different types of shapes.
Bloody hands with bloody stumps. They're all charred.
Yeah. Good idea.
Just James Mason's face.
We're giving out all our good ideas.
I know.
Yeah, that's right.
We need to keep this in the boardroom.
Yeah.
You just get excited, folks.
I know. Our website's been up for 3 weeks, and we're already merchandising like horror.
Cinnamon Toast Siege. Someone said Cinnamon Toast Siege. See, they're already thinking on their own. Jeez, someone's gonna undercut us. I gotta get on this.
And in a tribute to Boo Berry, we're going to be making Jigaboo Berry.
It's just big ass lips and dick shapes.
Yeah. The marshmallows are nooses.
You don't drink it with milk. It's special formulated to only work with grape drink.
Yes.
Yes.
And put a little shot of Siege Force in that bowl of cereal for an extra.
Show-am's good. Well, speaking of
we actually licensed Uncle Remus to be our mascot for this particular product.
Yeah, the copyright on that ran up. Yep, and we're quick to hop right on that. So
it's now public domain.
Yep. Good night, Caesar. Oh, we got I forgot to mention while we're talking about the mailman, we still have the Film Your Mailman campaign going on.
Yes.
Oh yes.
So if you want to sit there and film your postman, just really stealthily, maybe add a little sinister laugh in there, and then send it over to goytalk@gmail.com, and we'll include it in a promo for Siege Force once we get it in. Once it
And if
arrives.
there's also, I'd like to just put this idea out there. If anybody has a physical copy of James Mason's book, we encourage you to do Siege selfies with the mailman. Do a selfie with your mailman holding Siege, and we'll send you we might consider sending you a bottle of Siege Force on the house.
Yeah. You see, you want to convert your mailman before it comes down to
Yeah.
what it's going to have to come down to. You want to reach out to him. Hey, mailman, I know you're out there doing your thing, shoving little envelopes in my mailbox. I got something for you today.
How about
book.
they pose with the Siege Force in the mailman?
Yeah, there we go.
That works too, yeah.
That's even better. Even better.
In fact, give him a little Siege Force. Give him a little pep in his step.
Yeah, I want to see you toasting the mailman with a bottle of Siege Force. And then you give him a warning. You say, hey, listen, I'm just going to give you an honest warning. You better stop your ways. We know what you're up to, Mr. Mailman.
We know.
I'm giving you a warning. You better. There won't be any shelter from the Helter Skelter.
Or you can just if you have a couple of your friends, what you can do, you have one friend distract the mailman, the other friend goes in and then just puts a couple drops of Siege Force in whatever they're drinking, and they're guaranteed to kill themselves in the next 30 minutes.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That's a ringing endorsement.
Yeah, that's for the mailman that you don't like. He's always late with the package, or drops it off right there in clear view for the Nogs and the white trash to go and steal it.
Absolutely.
Well, listen, fellas, I have to go. I have to.
Why do you do this?
He does it all the time. He does it all the time.
I have a limited amount of time, and we did start pretty late.
Yeah, we
I
did.
have
That's
been
true.
on for about an hour and 45 minutes at this point.
What
we
is
did go
more
on time.
important than the Goy Talk?
I'll tell you what.
Spending time with my sweet lady.
I'll tell you what. I'll let your face I'll let it slide. Paddock bird.
Well, I set a timer over here for I forget when I said it. I think it was like an hour when we were already 15 minutes in, but we got 17 minutes left. I mean, we could wrap up the show right now, to be honest. I mean,
oh, okay.
Yeah, I think we've done our fair share of shit posting. We had Dr. Peterson joined us. We Siege posted for a little bit. I think speaking of Siege, I should sit there and let me show the promo one more time before we get out of here.
Yeah, we of course we didn't talk about the top story of Michael Cohen and the whole Trump audio thing, but who gives a shit?
It's really a bunch of bullshit distraction.
Yeah, it's silly.
Well, hold on, let me run my promo. Here it is. Siege Force. Crack open your mailman with unlimited white power.
Yeah, I noticed you guys didn't really invite me on the show today.
Fuck off, Finky.
Fuck
off.
It was kind of not. I was wondering why I felt so lighthearted, and overjoyed during the show. It was because we weren't graced with your presence. We were trying to go through a show without having to summon you, sir.
Yeah, you made your appearance. Get out of here. Go.
Well, the people absolutely adore Finky. I'm the only one who brings any sense to these live streams and podcasts with you dirty racist Nazis. I mean, the people love me. I don't understand.
Yeah, the chat needs to stop. The chat really needs to stop enabling his behavior.
Yeah, Finky is. Oh God, yeah.
Well, I'll just say goodnight now.
Don't summon Finky, please, chat.
I'll just say goodnight now. I'm just popping in to say hi to the beautiful people who obviously love Finky, and I just. There, Dino.
I knew it.
Yeah,
you didn't have to tell me. I already knew it.
Until we renegotiate my contract, you will have many more on the way.
Well, we might actually do a segment so you don't bother us as much on our regular, shows. We might do like a little segment that would be called Fridays with Fiendish Finky, and you can have a little, little 20, 30-minute show all to your own to discuss whatever important.
Not
topics.
enough. Not enough.
Oh my God. All right. However much time you want, you can have 4 hours.
Well, you got Paddockburg.
Pinky and friends.
We already
That's
got.
what
I think
I'm
it was
shooting
Oi Talk.
Think big, you aim for the stars, okay?
I've already got the intro created for you, Finky. So if you're ready for the show, for the big show, and for your own segment, let me know, and I'll cue that up for you.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. You know, I know PZ might have mentioned this. I'm a bit of a diva. The contract renegotiation will be coming up very shortly. My lawyer, me, will be contacting you soon. And I just want to say goodbye to my adoring fans.
All right. Fuck off, Finky.
Yeah, thanks, Finky.
Paddockburg. Justin has a new account that he wants you to add. It's Jarn Skos. I don't know, JARN with an accent over it. Just type in that. You'll.
Oh, okay. I'll have on my new profile I'm using.
Yeah, if we get back into it, we're locked out right now, but we'll see. Hopefully that picture I sent them will work.
Yeah, I'm not locked out of mine on my phone, just on my laptop when I try to
Oh, really?
another device.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just when I try to go in through another device. So, how do you spell that, by the way?
It's J, and then it's got an A with an accent over it, and then RN, and then SKO with an accent over it, and an S.
Oh, got it. Okay.
What's up, Omar? All right, you guys got anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Who is this Richard Stedman?
Where?
And on Facebook. He looks like a boomer. I'm
oh
not
yeah,
sure.
I've seen him.
Is it a soccer pound?
I don't know. I've seen that in my friend request. I didn't add it. Something seemed off about it.
It's pretty funny. He has a post that says, "I'm getting back in the game. Some of you said 10 days isn't enough time to recover from your wife's premature death, but I've got to keep moving if I want to experience happiness again. I've grown a beard, and I'm going for the rugged look."
Nick in the chat. He's saying that he's good. It's just an alt. Okay, all right then. I'll click that confirm button.
Okay.
I can flame him.
I like that story.
So that's the last thing that you wanted to say?
That and eat your protein.
All right.
Yeah.
And yeah, Finky spoke for Peasy, so you don't get another chance.
Well, I'll just say my usual. Everyone, thanks for tuning in. Have a wonderful night, and we'll catch you next time.
Very wholesome.
Yeah, very wholesome.
Yes.
Paddockburg.
I will second that notion and add a hearty white power worldwide.
Fucking A.
That's right.
It's racist.
All right, fellas. Well, we'll be back. We're actually going to be. I was talking to Paddockburg about this before, but we're going to be changing up our schedule. So instead of doing 3 shows a week, we're going to be doing 7. No, I was playing. We're going to be doing 2. We're going to be doing 2. We're going to take it back.
Yeah.
A little. Yeah. I'm going to cut back a little bit.
Our Friday show, like I said, I want maybe Finky can do a little segment on Friday. We're thinking our Friday show would be canceled indefinitely at this point, but we're really going to focus on getting our 2 days on Monday and Wednesday, really structured, and we're going to have more prepared stuff for these shows. Because I think when you do so many, shows, we were doing 4 included Sunday movie nights, and you can only do so much, and we're all working people, and we can only get enough material together to have really.
Yeah,
content.
just fucking, because when I'm not working, I'm doing Goy Talk stuff,
Yeah.
Like you guys joke about how I don't have a girlfriend at the moment.
You have a boyfriend.
If I got a girlfriend, you wouldn't fucking see me anymore. So,
Yeah.
That's true. Stay single.
Stay single, my friend.
As long as you can.
Someone's got to fucking give themselves to the fucking race war. Anyway,
yeah. So we'll figure out the days, man. I figure we'll probably do something maybe beginning, end of the week, or middle of the week. I don't know. I got to figure out what works.
Do well, I know we're talking about this on the air, and this should be behind the scenes talk.
I don't care.
Yeah. Well, you didn't fucking include me anyway, so.
I just did.
I'm gonna give you my.
I just
opinion
did.
Whether you like it or not.
I just opened the floor for this, man.
Yeah. No, I'm filibustering now, cocksucker.
All right, go on.
Anyway, no, just my personal suggestion. We do the 3 day a week show. But maybe the Friday one, it's like up for grabs. It could be a movie night, or it could just be a shit posting
Or
night.
like the wild card show.
Yeah, just like the wild card, So and maybe we fucking don't do anything that night,
Yeah, like my schedule's changed, and so I'll probably be able to do the occasional like Friday show. It'll just be really inconsistent. So that would be good to have that, as like a random kind of like thing that even maybe one of us could do if we wanted to.
Yeah. Well, I definitely don't want to do a show without you. That's for one. But yeah, that was just my suggestion. But we'll do whatever we gotta do.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. What's it called? We got Omar in the chat. He's saying that he's in line at the McDonald's, and we're on Bluetooth, loud as fuck.
What's up, niggas?
Yeah, I don't even want to do it to him. I had a couple things I was gonna say. I had a couple things. I'm not gonna do it to you, Omar, man.
He's got like 18 guns on him, so
he wants us to do it. He wants us to give him a reason. He's just looking for a reason. But all right.
Hopefully you have the castle doctrine there.
No, we should all just yell Allah Akbar really loud.
Wait, let me do the music.
Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar!
Allah Akbar!
Could get somebody cue up the explosion.
Shit, man.
All right, guys. Well, like I said, have a good night.
All right, man.
White power, and stay in solidarity with your people.
Oh, man.
White flower.
Yes.
All right, fellas. I'll talk to you guys later.
So long.
Bye.
Later,
have a blessed evening, folks.
Yeah, you too.
Night,
God bless you, sir. Good night.
God bless you.
Later.
All right, everybody. Well, that concludes tonight's episode of Goy Talk with Dino and Friends. A little bit shorter than usual, but we got a late start, so that's what happens. But make sure to check out goytalk.com. Like us on Facebook. Just type in goytalk.com in the Facebook search bar and we'll pop up. And then also subscribe to us on YouTube. I got to set up a custom URL for that, but I'm pretty sure if you just search Goy Talk and then look for channels, we'll be right there. So, yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed this show. I hope you enjoyed the shit posting and the siege posting. And make sure to keep an eye out for the article that we were talking about earlier about Trump endorsing siege. That one will be up probably around 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. So just keep an eye out for that, folks. Hope you guys enjoy. Guys and girls, enjoy the rest of your night. See you next time.
What we saw here was a proof how the patriarchal, bigoted, fascist. Bye-bye.